Now, I want to get
What's
to
up?
our recurring segment before we depart
Yes.
today, which is the cultural stock market.
Yes.
Now, for those playing at home, the Fresh Serve podcast, each episode I ask my guests two things they are buying and two things they are selling in culture.
I think I want to sell the emotion of jealousy.
Mm,
I feel like it's so silly for me to say that, but it's very, very weird, but I think it's very true. I'm sick of
okay.
people being jealous of other people and bringing them down. I think more the projection of jealousy of what
Hmm.
this is so, oh God, I can't believe how nuanced my answer is, but
No, I love it.
I'm very it sounds so intelligent. Something about, yeah, not because I love it, probably sounds like, because I'm like, because everyone's jealous of me, but it's not just that, it's just the idea that like we're very quick to put other people down
Yeah.
because we probably feel insecure about what they've achieved.
I think to sell jealousy, we probably need to like buy self-love, and that's a tough thing
Yeah,
to pull off.
self-love.
Yeah.
Totally want to buy self-love. And I think I also want to buy, I think because of the release of Cardi B's new song, just sort of like women being confident about their sexuality. I think that's really important. And
Solid. Yeah,
I mean,
solid
I'm
buy.
not someone who like I don't really talk about sex on in stand up. Like I think people think that I might because of how I
Mm.
present myself, but I don't. I just think that, but I admire women who do. I just think that as women, we've always been told to be embarrassed by this or be shamed or feel guilty. And it's amazing the flack that like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are getting for this new song. And I find it's quite a telling of like it's like a cultural reset, sort of like,
Mm.
let's just, let women speak out about whatever the hell they want, So
I saw a
yeah.
really good point that was like if men were smart, they would realize that the more we normalize women talking about sex and wanting sex,
Yes,
the less difficult it becomes to broach that conversation between men and women in general. And it's like
totally.
right now people complain about this gray area where it's like, oh, I can't go and talk, I can't approach a woman or I can't ask her anything. Like,
Yes. Or like,
and
oh,
we,
this day you can't even compliment a woman and stuff like that. Like
yeah.
people make like this huge problem. It's like, well, it's not a problem if you let women, it's exactly what you just said. It's
Mm.
yeah.
That is an excellent segue. The first thing I'm buying is
Yes.
the currently unannounced future remix of WAP by Cardi B
Oh,
and Megan Thee
yes.
Stallion. I think that
Yes.
there's too much money in this. They're too smart. There is absolutely going to be some star-studded remix that comes out. And so
Totally.
it feels like a savvy buy. While people are now hyped about the main song, I'm buying the
Mhm.
remix. Like
Okay,
I'm a
I
step
see. That's a
ahead.
very, very smart buy there. I'm
Yeah.
very, very impressed.
Who would you put on the remix if you had to pick another female artist?
God, I love Azealia Banks. I feel like she gets
Mm.
a lot of flack, but I feel like she would spit some amazing rhymes on that.
I feel like she'll
I don't know if
release
they would
her
work
own
together. I don't know if
without
they
being
would work
invited to.
together. Yeah, I don't think she would ever be invited, which is a
Mm.
shame. She's so amazing. You know what would be amazing? Missy Elliott would be amazing on that song.
Yes. I mean, she's been
The
doing
bit of
that, like,
old
in some
school
ways, she's been a
Missy.
pioneer for that whole, like, genre for, like, the
Oh,
last
totally.
15 years.
Because I
Yeah.
don't think that like I mean I don't know who's got beef at the moment, but I know she'd never have Nicki on, probably
Hmm.
never have Lil Kim on, but I would definitely can see Missy being on it,
I, my,
giving her a little twist to it.
my two options, the first one I had was Lizzo. I think that there's,
Yes,
like,
of course, Lizzo. Oh my God, how could I forget Lizzo?
she has absolutely made a name for herself in that kind of
Oh,
self-love, self-sexual, like,
totally.
I think Lizzo is the prime option. The second one, ultimately, obviously Beyonce, if they could pull it
Of
off.
course. I think I was thinking Beyonce, but then I also was like, I'm not going to say her because she was just on the remix of
Yes,
the Stallion Savage.
Megan's
So I was
song,
like, oh,
yeah.
I'm not going to go for the obvious, but
Hmm.
I just watched Black is King and I cannot stop listening to that soundtrack actually. I'm obsessed.
I haven't seen the whole thing yet. I've seen a lot of the clips on social media around like some of the like edits and some of the costumes and stuff just look
Oh God, it's
absolutely insane.
incredible. She's insane. I'm born the same day as her, so I feel a strong connection to
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
The second thing I'm buying is entrepreneurship.
Okay, yep, I love that.
I think that one of the people working from home for like 3 months now, I think there's no greater like reinforcement that you are now basically just make working for someone else's business as you work from home.
Yeah.
And so
Yes.
we haven't probably seen the like true economic damage yet with like JobKeeper and JobSeeker and all
Oh,
these kind of things.
totally. Yeah.
We've probably got like another cliff that we're going to kind of reach from like a financial business sense. And so I think that now, if you're out there and you are still employed in a company, and now is the time to be like setting your plans in action,
Yes.
because the world has changed. We live in a new economy, all these things. Go make your dream happen. Go make it happen.
Yeah. Also, can I buy something for the men? I want to buy men to be more open about mental health. I would love to buy that as
Ooh,
well.
yes,
That's a big one.
absolutely.
Not enough of that. And I feel like why not talk about it now while we're all feeling a bit down and where things are a
Yeah.
little weird. I feel like it would be amazing. It should be compulsory, I feel, for everybody to go see a psychologist or talk to a therapist or just talk to someone. Because God, it really upsets me to hear that, so many men do suffer from mental health.
Well, yeah, like
Like,
suicide being the biggest killer of men, or biggest or second biggest killer of men
yeah,
between 18 and
totally.
25 or something. It's like, to me, it's an interesting thing. What I'd love to try to buy and figure out is a way. It's just such a fascinating phenomenon when, unfortunately, someone does take their own life, and we see
Oh,
this
it's
massive
scary.
outpouring
So
of
sad.
love and of support and of all these things. I'd love to just figure out some way where, again, we could normalize this almost like celebration of everyone while they're still with us, right? Like, it shouldn't take
Yes,
someone leaving us for people to kind of recognize their achievements, recognize
I
their
agree.
contributions to the world. And unfortunately, obviously, someone who is suffering from mental health issues, it's difficult for that message to like get to them or for them to hear that.
Totally. Yes.
But it couldn't fucking hurt to like hype up our friends a little bit more and like show some
Course,
love.
especially for men. I feel like I would love men. That's what okay, I've spoken about it on my story. I don't know if you've seen, but I've even spoken about like why are men scared to dance? Dancing feels so good. And I'm sick of straight
Yes.
men scared to dance. Even stuff like that, like the expression of like it's a very like, no, don't do it, like that's gay or like that's feminine or
Mm.
I'm sick of it. I'm like, we need a cultural reset, and that's what I want to buy. I want to buy men being women being open about their sexuality and confident about what they really think, and then men also being open about their mental health and not being afraid. I think a lot of men are scared to do certain things because they're worried about how they're going to be judged by friends or by other men.
Guys, if you're out there, women are attracted to people who have confidence in whatever they do.
Totally.
And confidence comes from trying new things. Dancing in particular is one of those things where, in some respects, I think it's impossible to be a bad dancer if you
Yeah.
genuinely are just enjoying yourself. Like, of course, there's the kind of cliche about guys just doing like the 1-2 step kind of like
Yeah, for
that real
sure.
safety bubble of kind of like, well,
But
this
if
is
they're
where I'm
having fun,
comfortable.
I'm not gonna laugh. Like I'm gonna laugh at the
Yeah.
guy at the bar who's like trying to check me out. I'm like, you loser! Why are you sitting at the bar? You look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Come and dance with everybody else. What are you
Yeah.
like? What are you like? Too cool to dance? Please. I'm a
Totally.
dancer, so I'll tell you who's too cool to dance. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
I love it. All right. Now we're getting into the sales. Now, you started off by selling jealousy, which is
yes.
a valid sale. What is the second thing you're selling?
I'm gonna sell Samsung. Anything that's not an iPhone,
Ooh,
I'm selling. I'm out because,
wow.
and I'm sure you saw it on my story, but for the people listening, every time someone with a Samsung or a Galaxy or whatever the hell they're called posts a video, it looks like found footage from World War II, and I'm over it. It's horrible quality. It looks like shit. The emojis are even fucked. The emojis are
Oh,
disturbed. It's like some
yeah.
bizarro world that they're living in if they have a Samsung. I'm
There's nothing
sorry.
worse than when an emoji doesn't come through and you have to be like, I didn't get
What was
that
that emoji?
emoji. It's like,
Oh
no,
God.
just
But even when
no.
they post emojis on their stories and you're like, what is this weird? What are we in 1999? It's like, I hate it. I'm sorry. That's what I'm selling.
First
Worried.
thing I am selling is the second-hand fitness equipment market. I
True.
think we're in a total bubble
True.
right
Get it
now in that
out.
regard. Like, people are going to remember that they don't want to ride bicycles very soon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
right now, like, we're seeing second-hand bikes and all these kind of things are insanely expensive. And
I
so
don't get it.
you give it 3 months, 6 months. If you're one of the loonies out there who wants to ride a bike, you're going to pick up a bargain. So right now I'm
Yes.
getting out of that market. The second thing I'm selling is housemates who live with couples. And let me explain what I mean by that. I think that
Yes.
people who've been living in isolation with their partner and a plus one housemate.
Oh
If you are
God.
if you are that plus one housemate, you need to know that every night when that couple goes to bed, they are planning on the date that they can kick you out because they're
Yes,
forced to live. Like this whole thing has changed the share house market entirely. And
totally.
if you're a plus one housemate with a couple who have like stable incomes, your days
Yeah,
are numbered.
you're gonna be your day's coming, babe. Death day. It's dawning.
My suggestions either try to sort of start some sort of thruple scenario because that might buy you some time,
True. That's
or
actually very strategic.
yeah, exactly. Like a strategic thruple is something that I can totally like. The fresh serve is
Underrated. Underrated.
pro thruple. I just want to put that out there now.